Uh,
before?
we're already recording, but actually, I'm trying to make my show as authentic and natural as possible, so people already can hear us. Because I want to really, really encourage everybody use their unique voices and to start their own podcast, that they don't be like afraid, oh no, podcast, it's a show, I should be good in that and that, because everybody has something to bring for the table, right? We all unique voices. So thank you so much, my beautiful guest today. We have already chit chat before that, and we established this beautiful energy, and she already has shared beautiful white camel story, which you, my
Mm,
beautiful audience, should
mm,
wait a little bit before I actually say this is my honor, my privilege to host very special guest today. Her name is very beautiful name, Hynd Bouhia.
mm.
It's even like a song, even when I pronounce that. And actually,
Yes.
she can also open the secret about the meaning of the name, because I mentioned before we actually pushed the record button that, okay, I'm sure behind this name is something very special and magical. She's like, yes, and we have a story. So, after, maybe you can actually share the story first
Sure. Hi,
about
I'm
your.
so happy to be with you, my
Thank
dear. Thank you
thank
for having me. Really honored. So yeah, so my name is actually it's an Arabic name, and it means 100 camels that the man brings as a dowry for when he gets married. So and we were laughing because when I got married, my husband brought me as a gift a camel, a white camel, and a real one, like a real walk-in camel. So it was really nice, and it was fun. It was just unusual. So I had all of my guests coming outside. It's like he's coming with a camel following him. And that was really nice.
Absolutely amazing. This is diversity of approaches,
It
even in
is.
the wedding domain. I love it.
Yes.
So, so welcome to Diversity is the Game Changer, in our episode titled Believe, Act, Lead.
Mhm.
Rewriting Power Through Conscious Leadership with Dr. Hynd Bouhia.
Mhm.
In this powerful episode of Diversity is the Game Changer, we are going to explore a truth that it's often underestimated in leadership conversation. Diversity is not only about backgrounds, not it's about thinking, it's about courage, it's about who we become when we choose to believe, act, and lead differently. And today's guest is a lady who embodies intellectual brilliance. You see, beauty, like blind beauty, strategic depth, and transformational impact. And I was in shock when I just pressed the button. I saw her smile, like, you're so beautiful and so young. And after all I could
Ah!
study in your bio, like you started from, I don't know, previous life or
That's
garden.
right. Excellent. I love that. You're so fun.
Thank you. So, with PhD from Harvard, degrees from Central Paris, and John Hopkins,
Mhm.
Dr. Hin has spent over 25 years. That's what I mean, my beautiful guest. Can you watch her and now try to align my words? This is the problem. Mismatch. Over 25 years at the forefront of strategy and leadership, advising governments, managing multi-million dollar international projects, and later building a 7-8 figure consulting company. But beyond the titles and institutions lies something far deeper. Through both her success and, of course, I'm sure, like all we have, setbacks because we are challenged in this life, she created the BAL method. Wow, it's very actually cool. It's like ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You will. Okay. I'm not taking this. It will be your stage and like method. Believe, act, lead. A transformational framework that helps women dismantle limiting beliefs, activate bold ambition, and build sustainable, impactful leadership ecosystems. So I could go and further and further, but then I'm actually feeling myself that I'm still in so impactful and powerful time that you can have a mic. And before we go to this special methodology and concept and everything, could you please, we already started kind of with magic and fairy tale. And for me, it's always this part is connected with childhood. And I do believe that the very strong DNA of our childhood impact very much who we became today. So I would like you please to take us first a little bit backwards to the I'm sure, magical kingdom of this little beautiful Hind princess. How was her actually child? And I'm sure it was already a lot of ambitions about leadership and actually one day this big white camel as well. So yes, please tell us about your childhood.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. I love that. Oh, thank you for having me. You're so sweet and so much fun. And yeah, let's go back to my childhood.
Mhm.
I grew up in Casablanca. So I am have a five. We're five of us, so four girls and a boy. So I had my sisters and my brother, and I was fascinated with studying, but I was also a ballet dancer. So I loved dancing and playing piano. So I think that's what had really shaped my youth and my childhood is, just like having the passion for music, but also loving math and studying. I really wanted to be on top of my class because I didn't want to be like my mom and all the other women who didn't do anything and stayed home. I wanted to be like my father, who was an engineer. And I'm like, the only way I can do that is really by being the top of my class so that I can go on and and study. So I had those dreams that I didn't even know how they came to shape. But in the same time, I enjoyed every moment. I loved playing music. I loved ballet. So I was really finding my own harmony in the way I was being. I'm born in a house where there are a lot of girls, so it's like always happy, colorful, and dancing. So we put always music and dance. So I think this, if I go back, that's how was shaped my childhood: music, dancing, and studying hard. Like I worked so hard because I wanted to. Mm. And
Absolutely. Thank you, first of all, for sharing already boldly that behind all the result and success, it's a lot of job. It's a lot of
a
hard
lot of
work,
work. Oh,
a lot of
yes.
discipline, because
Yes.
somehow people still believe, and especially youngster and teenagers now in this generation, see that it's so easy. It's like, it's like scrolling, like, okay,
That's not.
all of a sudden that all these curated images and chatbots and filtered and masked photographies, it's life is somewhere somehow should be like that, so easy. But I'm talking to I have two daughters now, 16 and a half, said no, life is not like that. If you
No.
want to change something, really you have to be consistent, like you said, a lot of job, a lot of discipline, and also to make an executive decision that you want to really achieve something. And I do love that we already started from diversity of approach from the country and family you came from, because like you said, your mom, she had one, as I'm sure, special dedication. That's why you guys, uh, the whole house was beautiful, right? And a lot of love, I'm sure, from parents. And I'm so happy
Mhm.
that your parents also could support your another choice, right? Because not everybody actually are so lucky
Yeah.
to get support. Ah, okay, so it was
Well, let me tell you, because
okay.
that's where the whole thing was. So I remember, and it's interesting you mentioned 16. I have also daughters. I have a boy and three girls, so actually four children. And my daughters are teenagers like yours. And it's just interesting to see them. But I always tell them the story because when I was growing up, like I worked so much. So my mom would always tell me, go to bed, go to sleep, go get some rest. So I will let her put me to sleep, and then I will wake up in the middle of the night. And I remember, and I go out, I was in the room with my sister, and I sit in the corridor and I will study. And I did that many nights. And sometimes I'm like, what is it that a 15 and 16-year-old will have as a drive so strong to
Mhm.
be able to wake up in the middle of the night and actually study when when everybody tells her go to sleep? So I did that despite, the environment where, yeah, study, they wanted us to be excellent, but
Mhm.
go get some rest. And so, and when I finished and I got this engineering school, Central, which is one of the top engineering school in France, in Europe, my parents like, no, girls don't go study abroad for us. They just sit here, they get married, that's it. Like you study and get married. That's what you're supposed to do. And I'm
Mhm.
like, what? I did all that. And so one day I was sitting there and my professors, with the dean of the school came to the house so that they can tell my parents, you cannot block her future. She's the top of our whole institution. You got to let her go. You can't take the responsibility to block her future. And this is how I end up going, because they didn't want me to go. And when I'm like, I'm not going, I'm like, how? Why? I'm like, my parents don't want to. And like, no, we come in to talk to them. And so,
Wow.
yeah, I ended up going 2 days before school started. And when I reached France, and and I'm like, all right, now that I'm here, what can I do more? I'm like, let's go to Harvard. And that's how I applied to Harvard. And I went, and I just s- went really far away, because now that I'm there, I'm like, That's it, I'm gone." And so I kind of paved my way through studying so hard, but the universe sent me angels to come and help the way. And I think that's what life is. You do your part and you let the rest to the universe to follow. See?
Exactly. So beautiful, strong, and powerful message. Like you said, yes, it should be really uniformity between what actually you are doing, of course, and then all those, how I call also my guests at the show, like my small angel, that they brought so many messages through their um, participation and their stories every single day, because I do believe strongly in the power of storytelling. It's actually the most powerful what we can how we can impact and add values to another's life, right? Because like I'm sure you will be sharing further, not just of course blooming and flourishing story, but the result always paid off if you work very hardly. But also we have setbacks, and how we can not just get into them but grow through them. And amazing, amazing. Can you believe that how much actually these people then impacted your life, right? And they has rewrite and the whole story for you.
Yes,
But like you said, it's a destiny. It should
it
have been
is.
like this because they could see how much persistence you had, how much work and efforts and time and knowledge and everything you sacrificed. You put so much efforts. That's how actually really then universe also start like shaping in your way.
Yeah, it does. They do. It's
Okay.
incredible. Hmm.
Amazing. So tell us, so you came to France, right? And because the whole family and still your sisters and brother, they are in Morocco. You were just
Yes.
alone.
They left,
And,
but you know what I did? Because I was the second, I was able to open the door for my other sister and
mhm,
brother. So they all followed my path. And
mhm.
I had a bigger responsibility than just mine. It was like for everyone that was doing it. And so early on, I understood that I had the leadership role.
Mhm,
I was
mhm,
already playing it. I just somehow put myself in that role from very early on. And I think it never left me.
mhm.
And so I was like, I knew that I was a model for many to see, like, she did it, look what she's doing. It's like I was paving a way to many. So that came with a beautiful role, but beautiful responsibility also. And I knew it very early on. Yeah.
It's exactly what today I was preparing myself for being a guest on a podcast and talking about leadership. And actually, it's exactly what I was putting some notes that leadership for me also actually it's not like yeah, just like ownership. You have your skills, you have your knowledge or expertise. Actually, leadership it's stewardship, right? It's how people can really watch you and follow you. But also leadership always it's visibility, and visibility is a huge responsibility. It's actually right. That's what
Absolutely.
you took for your family and for all people that you. For me, it's very when you move from Morocco to Paris, and here we are talking a little bit about diversity of thoughts from maybe ethnical cultural perspective. What was for you, like I'm sure it was kind of new and a little bit maybe shocking experience from the first time, though I know that Morocco it's French speaking country and a lot of what is in common, but still, what was for you that maybe kind of almost shocked you? What was so different between Morocco and France, actually, and then Harvard. What about cultural?
I didn't. I was so focused in my studies. It's just the change was seamless. Beside being alone, like I think the shocking part,
Mm,
and I remember that in the beginning, the only what was hard for me is to find myself in my room on my own, and I was crying my way to sleep for first 2 3 months. I was just so lonely. I think
mhm.
that was the shock, was really mostly coming out of my house with my sisters and everyone, and choosing to go alone and having to make it through it, and I couldn't tell them that I was lonely or felt sad. That was the only thing, but I love the study. I was just focusing on studying, and when you put your mind into engineering, like teams and many different courses, it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of work. So I mean, like, people will say, how do you do it? It's like, you study, you just study so much, you give it your all. And that's what I did. So I didn't have space to feel any shock, but just to really study. And I think that was my, well, then I went to Harvard. It was harder because I didn't speak English as well, so that was kind of really hard because I needed to learn the English, but I knew math, and math didn't need a language. So I
Mhm.
was like, okay, let me just continue on doing what I know best. So always focused on what I knew instead of feeling overwhelmed with what I didn't know,
Oh,
and letting what I didn't know grow in me, and being acquainted to the environment, to the space, to speaking English, to knowing people. But I was just so grateful. I was just so grateful to be able to be in the best places where I can get the best studies, and being grateful that I made it there. I think that feeling was overwhelming, and it just covered everything else that could I could be feeling. Mm.
wow, thank you so much. It's I always try through the show get my pearls or gems from every guest, like these hidden gems, which I really immediately like put on my like
Yes, I love
spread.
that.
I was like, okay, gratitude and so nice advice. Also like to make the approach and way actually through the something which is unfamiliar, unknown. First, to really discover what you actually have this similar, that it doesn't look really overwhelming, and then you start like a little bit embody this, a little bit of that, of that, of that. It's very nice idea.
Mm.
And I'm sure you have a lot of these gems in your books, and you already said that
Yeah.
already, and was kind of plain. And I'm sure it was part of your identity and integrity of getting this leadership and stewardship role. So if we are talking about, for example, your book, Believe, Act, Lead, and your
Yes.
methodology, and you're underlining there
Would
that
you like me to show it to you? I can show it to you. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Would you? I'll give it to you. Here. I got all my books so that I can show you. I didn't prepare them. So, Believe, Act, Lead. Here it is. See?
amazing. And you said that every woman is a leader. She only has
Every
to
woman
believe
is born to be a leader. Everyone.
everyone and take action. So could you please tell us more about your this beautiful and bold methodology, and of course that how you came to it. I'm sure you embodied, you could live through it, and tell us
Well,
about method.
every woman is born with the life force in her
Hmm.
to create. So we already have it in us. It's just that sometimes we forget it because of how we've been treated, what we've been told, the environment we grew up in, and what we have chose to take as information that comes our way. So
Hmm.
our perception of ourselves changes through time. And it changes not because it's real, it's just because it has been colored with everything that we've gone through. But the essence of this is that to come back to the source that you have within and reconnect with who you are so that you start believing in yourself again. Because
Hmm.
BAL method for believe, it's the first phase. And it's just that believing on, people and possibility. It starts with you. When you lose track of who you are and the power you have within, you gotta reset yourself like the phone. Let's put the phone on reset, just like, okay, let's reset me, because you're an incredible woman. Every woman has an incredible power in her, but she just doesn't remember it sometime. And the belief is just to wake up that connection and find the time to go in introspection and rediscover how amazing every woman are, how amazing women are, and whoever is watching us, how amazing you are, because you have it in you, the life force, the creation. We carry lives. We create babies and lives, and we generate incredible love. But sometimes we forgot that we have all that.
Mm-hmm.
We get overwhelmed with what we go through, with the problems, with the challenges, with what people say to us, with circumstances that are not what we want, but we should not get lost in them. So that's the message, really. Yeah.
So we start, yes, if self-empowerment, it's coming back to yourself. It's about believing, and then your next one will oh, yes, it's believe in yourself, and
And then
then
take action. The second phase is take action. You don't just want to believe in yourself and you stay here and like, whoa, let's manifest life and wait for it. It's not going to come. You got to do the work. You got to take actions. You have to know where you want to be. So, what you define who you want to become, what you want to create in your life, and then you reverse engineer that to set up a strategy and set up a plan, and you go through the plan. So, it's believing, but then you got to combine that with taken actions. You got to learn how to market yourself, how to speak about yourself, how to message, how to define your service, or define the product that you have. Who are you? Like, what are you giving? What are you serving? What are you selling? What are you providing to the world? It has to be so clear, and do everything about it. Learn how to communicate, learn how to write messages, learn how to present yourself, learn how to have the best offers, and how to serve your clients. This is taking actions. And even if you're an institution, how to be contribute to the institution. So it's all that is in education. It's my business strategy all packed in like one phase.
mhm,
And then when you have that, then you are a leader. So you own your place as a leader. You lead through communication, you lead through your posture, you lead through your open channel of receiving every magic the universe has to offer, everything you got to receive. It's all in leading your way. You see.
mhm.
So the method takes through three phases, and these three phases makes you inevitably accessing another level of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wow, amazing! And I know you have your you have also your community that you have
I
created.
do. I have
Mhm,
programs. We have masterminds. In fact, I'm going to open a new mastermind in English in April. So that's really something incredible to where we have women from all around the world, where we focus on how do we elevate ourselves to higher level and how to create wealth. What interests me, why I'm doing what I'm doing, is because
mhm,
I want to see women reaching millions of wealth in their hands, because money in the hands of women is good for the world. Women invest in their children, in her children, in her education, in health. They do good, and we want more of that. And I think it's about time that we rewrite the story with wealth creation for women. And this is what is this work that we do and the programs that we do inside BAL Method. So we have BAL Academy, which is for programs that runs the whole year. There are also digital courses in them. So whoever wants to access anything, they can access it in balmethod.com, www.balmethod.com. So you have everything in it. And we also have programs that are tailored for women. And I also do programs inside institutions for female heads, directors, and responsibles, and people that have their on the top management or in the back office. So we have tailored programs uh, where we work on the emotional intelligence, we work on the self leadership, we work on the communication, we work on being a leader, building a legacy, aligning with a vision. So it's fun. We're doing so many beautiful things. Mm.
absolutely amazing. I'm also already enjoying and envying myself to be able to set a little bit deeply and to discover more of your programs. Do you run any particular programs in Scandinavia maybe, or with Scandinavia or Ukraine? Do you have any plans
So
to?
what's nice about me, we are completely a digital company. So all
Mhm,
of our programs are actually on Zoom, digital.
mhm,
And I choose to be digital when I launched it in March. It was in actually July 2021, our first program.
mhm,
So BAL Method, this is going to be the fifth year of BAL Method. So I'm very excited about it. We celebrate in July our fifth year, but it's
mhm,
all completely digital. My team, they work from home. They're also digital. We have teams in Morocco, in New Zealand, in different places in the world, and all of our clients are from all around the world. So we
mhm.
do have clients from different countries in Europe, in Asia, in US, in Africa, and in Morocco as well. But it all goes through Zoom, like this, as we're talking.
Amazing. And if you could describe just kind of in three core values, which actually you um, can feel and experience after so many years of building programs of leadership, especially for females, what actually unites us? Because, like you said beautifully, it's time to write the story. It's true that I do believe when we have power of female all over the world and actually access to the money, so we are co-creators, we are uniters, right? Because unfortunately, what's happened exactly right now in this world, and still this world is ruled by men. They just go through the method of separation, right? Not really um, combining and not competing, but not no competing, not complementary, and in service for each other. But what do you think? Like three core values actually we have in us in female leadership that actually distinguish from male leadership.
So I think what we have in for us women, we're all the same in our differences. We're so different, yet we feel the same way. Emotions are the same. We go through the same roller coaster. We have gone through the same, you know, hurts through our lives, and we have need for the same way of healing ourselves. To me, every woman, like for every woman, that's how I describe it. It's like every woman has a beautiful diamond inside of her, like so beautiful, so unique, so perfect, so just incredible. But through the years, the diamond gets covered with, like the setbacks, the doubt, the deceptions, people not being nice, like failing an exam, failing a job, a relationship, somebody, like it goes back to really 7-year old when you were playing at the school and then someone bullied you or someone said, and all of that it covers, just like puts little leaves on top of that diamond. And so when we reach a certain maturity, we're like, okay, let's just put some makeup and let's shine and let's be looking good. And we do the makeup on top of this, those little things that have covered my diamond. And I'm like, oh, it's not, why isn't it working? Why isn't it doing? So I'm doing so hard and it just takes so much time and it's daunting and it's hard. But the work we do is actually we take out all those layers
Mm-hmm.
one after the other. The
Mm-hmm.
one that was hurting from that, the one that was from the confusion, the old beliefs, the money is too hard to get, the I don't think it's gonna work for me, I have to be mean, she's not nice, she's not nice, I'm jealousy, all of that, we take it out. And what you find is that beautiful, perfect diamond. And when you connect with that depth, you become so magnetic and the diamond will shine and you don't need to do anything just because you are. You see? So it's really reconnecting with the incredible, pure, pristine beauty that you have inside and energy. That's how I see the process.
Mm. Wow, even when you're just describing, I'm quite visionary. In my perception, my brain works like this, but I even feel not just like can see really the beautiful diamonds start like really shining, but I even
And they're like, oh
have
my
like
God. I'm
feeling.
like, I'm a star. It just makes you feel like I'm a star. And when you feel that, success is inevitable because you know that you are meant for something beautiful because you are that beauty
Mhm.
and you become a match for it. And so that's how you elevate. So when things happens and they're not, nice, or just, because more you shine, more you elevate, more people won't be nice to you, but you strengthen yourself and you carry on, and you don't never lose track to why you're doing what you're doing. And this is why I think you're incredible, because we took the conversation back to my childhood, and I'm like, why am I doing this? And I'm like, because I choose to take the leadership role since I was 18 or 19.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to draw a new path. I don't know how it's going to look like. No one knows, but let's go. you know? Yeah.
Did you have any special moments that actually was kind of your setbacks and your cutting? Because diamond also, it's actually, we know, as more cut you have, as more brilliance and actually shine.
Yeah.
Even get this perfect cut, you
Oh,
have
yeah.
to have these cuts,
Uh,
because diamond, and also this product of nature, when it's actually in the
is-
nature, right?
yeah.
It's graphite, it's dark, and it's how much pressure you have to survive,
Oh
to
my God. Are you for real?
open.
So much. So much. You
Mhm.
know, I was, I was a woman in the early 90s in engineering, which means like I was probably one of the only girls each time in the classroom, you know.
Mhm.
And it was hard. And I had to go through places where I was scared. I can't say it because my parents told me not to go. So whom can I go back and cry to? No one. I had to find strength where I wasn't even sure I had it. I had to protect myself because I didn't know the environment.
Mhm.
And I had to really stay connected to my values and to who I was, to be able to always anchor myself back into something stable. Otherwise, I'll be floating into whatever wind takes me. Okay, let's do this, let's do that. And I was like, and I was always forcing myself back. And that takes so much resilience, so much stress, so much resistance also. So, and you think it's easy to be, in the development sphere, at the World Bank, even studying, it's hard. Like, we don't understand the language, we don't understand the themes, we have to learn so much. I don't know. It's like a lot of navigating through uncertainty without evidence, but believing that it's gonna be okay and it's gonna make it, and that strengthen you tremendously. I traveled the world so much because I was at the World Bank, and they will send me on mission on my own, and I'm like so scared. Like, what am I gonna do? But that's okay. Let's power up. We're gonna be all right. So I had to really learn how to talk to myself and to be okay.
Wow, and then you made this bold decision to start an entrepreneurship. You said
Yeah,
within this.
yeah,
Oh my
imagine.
God, this is.
Yeah, and then I have 4 children, so I'm like, "Can I make it?" But then, and you asked me a question, which was it all easy? No, it wasn't easy. That's why the method has been created, because I was, I had this beautiful company, I was making so much money, where like, and then it all collapsed, and I had to absorb all the losses, and I had to recreate myself. And this BAL method is born from me recreating myself.
Mhm.
That's 6 years ago when I have lost it all. But I found strength because I had looked at my girls. I had 3 daughters one day. I remember we had like this very hard meeting. I was managing funds and it just didn't go well. And I knew everything has to close, and it's just going to be the end of it. And everything, like money, reputation, just everything. I just felt everything collapsed on my head. And I came home and I saw my daughters, beautiful, loving girls. They were having their hot chocolate, and I was crying, but I couldn't show them. And I'm like, I didn't find role models when I had their age. There were women, and I could never let their role models collapse. So I'm like, do everything to bring myself back up for them. So I found the courage through them, actually, and I recreated me. And
Oh,
this is the story of rising from the ashes, just like the phoenix, like
mhm.
rebirth, reborn. It's like, how do you recreate you when circumstances are not there? And that's looks like everybody's life. We always go through phases. Yeah. That's why it speaks to so many, because it meets you wherever you are, really. Mm.
Exactly. When you are touching this story for me, like, even I have so much goosebumps because
Mhm.
I can recognize myself so tremendously immediately aligned with this story. So many states and stages I had to go through, and every single time I bounce back to my family. I have adopted two kids, two girls many years ago, and one of them special with special needs, both of them, but actually one kind of especially now, like struggling mental challenging period, and it's 16 and a half. And all the time when I can watch and see her, and it's like I should be this strong model for her.
Yes.
And especially because of their story, and they know both that actually they are adopted, and they take it with much gratitude that I'm
Mm.
their mother. But I'm like, always like, they have been already abandoned once. I cannot do it the second time. Like I should, like you said, phoenix, rise up, stand up.
Yes, girl.
So,
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
I
Yeah.
know what you mean, and especially because we started. I've just mentioned a little bit. This is now a really big passion for me, to be open about mental health awareness and talking really rewriting the story about stigmatization, taboo, and prejudice about that, because I have obsessive compulsive disorder. I've been diagnosed like 15 years ago, and actually, uh, I think there is no episode since ever I started my show. Actually, like you said, also from very special story, which I'm funny enough, ironically joking that it could be not podcast but pishcast in my pajama. I started my pajama in mental institution. I've been 4 weeks in mental institution. I started my podcast,
Wow.
exactly raising awareness about mental health.
Good. I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you. You are
Thank
incredible. And I felt that because there is a depth in you, and the depth there shows a big voyage inside who you are.
you.
That's what it comes. You see.
Merci, merci. We can feel exactly like as I mentioned, like these small talks, which is not small talks and not soft
Yeah.
talks. When we align immediately,
This
and
is like soul connection.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is
I'm so
so.
proud of you. You're incredible. Sending
Thank
you so much love to you and your girls.
Thank
See
you.
how
That's
much.
why it's my last, actually, kind of subject, and we can touch it very openly about this new emergent part of expanding definition of diversity. It's not like it's something new. It's actually since humanity has existed, we had people on spectrum with autism, ADHD, OCD, and everything. And ironically enough, it's all those people have been always propelling society. They've been the most creative, innovative. Like Tesla, Einstein, now okay, Elon Musk, everybody, right? But ironically enough, we don't feed into the society which is mostly built for neurotypical people. This society, right? So that's why I'm talking so boldly, actually. So you
Good.
don't.
You want your voice to be heard because it ignites. It's like you give comfort to many who couldn't share it. So thank you for being a spokeswoman for that. Really,
Think
truly.
actually it was so funny because last year it was 14th of February. It was Valentine's Day. It's kind of big in US, and I was invited to speak about actually my personal story about neurodiversity. And actually I was bold enough to speak about my PhD and being in mental institution, started podcast there on New York Stock Exchange television and FinTech TV. And it was just 2 weeks after this backlash of DEI in US, and I was sitting and kind of waiting. When I was a little bit afraid when they really can send me the message that actually everything's canceled, because they knew the subject I should be talking actually not DEI, but it's still diversity, but it's cognitive diversity, right? How we should embrace actually the diversity of our thoughts. No, and I was very happy. They still actually gave me the opportunity. And I was even more advocating for that, and I remember Remy Blash, she was amazing when she was interviewed me, and I was like, she know that we were be talking about OCD and my diagnosis, but she did know about actually uh, in advance, like really detailed story about like Pishcast and mental institution podcast, and she took it so like brilliantly, like I saw a little bit surprise even in her eyes, like but. Amazing. So that's why I mean, like, we should be really in service for each other. United, we are stronger, right?
Yeah.
Our unique voices in togetherness can really create impactful magic. It's like how we female think, really. So thank you so much for nice words towards me and your beautiful Believe, Act, and Lead. And actually, also you made another book, one about
Yes, it's the
12.
12 codes of leadership. They're here.
Yeah,
It's
can you briefly
the
also tell about that?
it's the 12 codes. Actually, I took this method. This is
Uh-huh.
the book tells about why I created a method, and it's a little bit of my story. It's like what's the story behind it, and it's because I was interested in finding understanding how can I simplify the journey towards success, wealth, and making an impact. And
Mhm,
that's my own journey, how I recreated myself.
mhm,
And I followed three phases. It's like I needed to believe in me because I lost my belief in myself. And then I needed to take action. Like, okay, what I'm gonna be, who's gonna become, how I'm gonna create myself again, what empire, what. So it's like taking action and to lead myself through all of it. Because the leadership phase, it's where we need a lot of work. So then I'm like, okay, let me simplify this into
mhm,
codes. And so I came out with the 12 codes, which gives you 4 codes for each phase. So believe
mhm,
that's 4 codes. And one of the codes is like gratitude. Fill your heart with gratitude, even though you have nothing. How can you find gratitude? It amplifies, it elevates your frequency, it makes you forget about the fear and anxiety and the doubt, and you start focusing on where can your positive energy go towards, how can you focus on something more positive. So
mhm,
this so the second book is really, it's almost done for you, follow method. And I also have a digital course actually that come with it, so whoever is interested, it's balmethod.com/digital, and you can get the book plus the digital code that explains all those 12 codes and how you can apply them into your life. And I promise you, it changes you completely. We've already have like 1,000 women who have benefited inside our paid
mhm,
programs in
mhm.
French, in English, in Arabic. We do programs also in Arabic, and inside, and the transformations are just incredible. Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much for you again being you. And then, first of all, you had to grow through your story, and then you really decided also to make this beautiful impact and take this stewardship, visibility, which you turns into responsibility, and you add in so much values into our life, even in mine now, just for 40 minutes, in every single situation I'm position myself, we are always both students and teachers.
Always,
Always. So
always.
I could learn so much already, and I'm going to embody that, really
Yes.
implant and embrace. Last part before we wrapping up, actually, we already has touched upon the magic and childhood and camels, and then for me, it's even more um, cool to understand that I'm always wrapping up my episode on the positive note. Actually, I'm trying, because we can go through really deep subjects, and I try to elevate with childhood a little bit, fairy tales, and we had beautifully in our show. And
Yeah.
now I'm always said, oh, now it's time to invite my vice president. Everybody, oh wow, another girl, bro, you never warned about this information. It will be trio. And then I pull up this one,
Oh,
and it's so beautiful.
I love this. You are so brilliant.
Thank you so much. And she's tough one. She actually, like, she's honey, elegant, and pink, my favorite color. Lot of gold, very aggressive, second, but very
Excellent.
tough, very sustainable. She really keeps her promises. Perfect vice president, not like screaming, shouting out against me. But we need sometimes, of course, challenging perspectives in leadership. We know that, but we most of the time we're actually agree aligned. So my last question would be, because we would like to help as many guests as possible, not just one, so we cannot unfortunately grant three wishes, but one wish with the quality, that's for sure. So my genie, you see Aladdin genie, Valeria genie, so now is waiting for your magical wish from him.
Ah, what is my wish?
Yes.
Mm. Okay, I wish that every woman in the planet understand what BAL method is and applies it in her life, because she will change her life and we will see more love spread, and we want more love, more peace, more wealth. That's what I wish, truly. Hmm.
Amazing. I'm then joined with all my really, really
The
like,
light is gone. You see, there is too much energy. It's just my light.
ah,
Isn't it incredible? My light just decided to go. You
because
did.
we produce, we are so radiant ourselves. So you say, oh, okay.
Ah,
Thank you so much. I'm really joining with all my atoms and molecules and your beautiful message. Thank you for sharing your powerful story, your method, and I'm encouraging all who is watching our episodes to go and take your courses and investigate your books, your knowledge, and I'm really also looking forward for my journey to uh, be and co-create more impactful magic in togetherness. I hope one day also we can meet in real life. I'm a big hugger, not just Zoom hugger.
yes,
Now
me too. Me
we
too.
can
We
also
definitely
embody.
meet in. We are meant to. I am sure.
Absolutely. Thank you
Inshallah,
so
as we
much.
say.
Much blessings. You see, it's
Nice to meet you.
already we transmit the energy to each other just through the day. We can imagine when we meet each other how much we can really produce. Okay,
Thank you
thank you
so
so
much,
much. And
Leila.
again, for your support and flexibility with all this, changing the time and everything. So it's how we would like to help each other and to be flexible. Also, so
Absolutely.
important, right? Thank you.
Absolutely.
Much love from now Paris, but actually from Europe. Yes. And I
Nice.
hope I see you again soon.
I see you again soon. Thank you
Mhm.
so much. Thank
Thank
you
you
very
so
much,
much.
Victoria.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, Valeria.
Yes, it's okay. I know. Actually, I'm so used to be called Victoria, but also to be victorious. I like. It's better to
I
be
know. And
than to
because I
be.
have so many women friends from Ukraine called Victoria. And so when I hear you, I'm like, I love this beautiful
Yeah,
intonation, but you are a beautiful Valeria, so elegant,
I
so
can be Valeria.
classy.
My father was Victor, so yeah, it's
So
amazing.
then
You
you
could
have
really.
Victoria inside you.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you, my
Okay. Bye bye. Bye bye.